Alesso and Katy Perry there with When I'm Gone. You're listening to the Arvo Flow. Time to head to our feature-length interview today. It's with Tony Townsend from the band Suburbia Suburbia, and here is him talking about the band's foundations.
Suburbia Suburbia spawned from a duo that were working out of Queensland, one in Brisbane, one in the Sunshine Coast. Both good friends of mine, and they actually asked me to write some melodies for some tracks and riffs that they had down, and I did such, and they liked it so much they said, "Listen, we really want you to join the band," and that started the process about three and a half years ago, and it's sort of grown from there to our final lineup, and we now have a six Six vagabonds have joined Suburbia Suburbia, we've got a harmonica player, as in his nickname's Croc, but that's Alan Lyons. Two guitarists. Lead guitarist is Rowie Riot. Our rhythm guitarist is, I call him Vom Decker, the unit. Noel Gardner, the drummer, one of the original members, and Robert Jibby. Or Robert Jibb, I should say, on bass, and his nickname's Jibby. So, and I'm the last of the vagabonds, and I'm from Sydney, and the other boys are from all over the place. So basically, mainly in Queensland and northern New South Wales.
Well, you guys sound fantastic. So, talk to me about the kinds of influences that you have.
Look, where we're coming from is we're hailing back to the glory days of Australian rock and roll, and back to the pub scenes in the 80s and late 80s, where the audiences loved to see a live band, and shall I dare to say this, but radio supported the local product, and we were able to get bands out of that era, like the Angels, like the Divinals, like Midnight Oil, and spawned greater bands, as in AC/DC. So yes, that's how heavily influenced where we're coming from. Sprinkle that with some of the early blues rhythm bands such as Chain, Matt Taylor, and Spectrum, and a few of those sounds, as well as a croaky lead singer like Joe Cocker and a bunch of Mad Dogs and Englishmen. So there's a bit of influence, but we take on your more classic or more today stuff as well. Everything from your garage bands all the way through to Metallica. So, and as you said, you picked up a little bit of a Kiss vibe. Well, there's a bit of that in it too.
More from Tony Townsend speaking on behalf of Suburbia Suburbia. Right after this, we'll play you their latest song, Bad Day Loser, as well. You're listening to the Arvo Flow. See you back here soon. Lime Cordial there with Facts of Life. Welcome back. You're listening to the Arvo Flow. I had a few friends go to a Lime Cordial concert recently. They said it was one of the best live shows they've ever been to. Speaking of live shows, Suburbia Suburbia want to get back into the thick of it. And here is Tony Townsend from Suburbia Suburbia telling me about the band's future plans, and we'll play their latest release for you, Bad Day Loser, right on the other side of this part of the interview.
Firstly, you can find us on all the regular haunts, Spotify, on Google. You can find us on YouTube. All of the tracks are up on YouTube. We've got a website which is pretty succinct, which is at www.suburbiasuburbia.com, no AU. Look, Bad Day Loser is one of 20 tracks. There's a hell of a lot of material that you can have a listen to and hopefully like. We have an album currently out. It's called Landfill. And it was released a couple of months ago. We have a new album coming out at the end of September, and that album's called Smokestack. We haven't got a lot of live work on at the moment. We're actually going back in the recording studio. COVID has really made it very difficult for us. We've had basically nearly 2 years off the road. I live in Sydney, so the border being shut down in Queensland stopped, both the guys coming down here and vice versa. So it's been a bit difficult. So if there's anything that you hear of with chasing festivals and hopefully with some support from you guys, we that'll all change for us.
Before we let you go, Tony Townsend, the lead singer from Suburbia Suburbia, just introduce yourself and introduce the band's latest release for us.
Hi, folks out there. I'm Tony Townsend from Suburbia Suburbia. You all have a day like this, and this poor girl is a bad day loser.
Some hope, not long after, there was the dope. A look in the mirror, said it all she wrote. The bacon is ended, but all the use come. Well, another bad day loser, doing it tough. Another bad day loser. Said no.